Hi, my name's Kat Webber and I'm a regional coordinator for the Act Now campaign. Happy birthday, Act Now. When I was first asked to do a video blog for Act Now, I immediately thought, I can't do that. But then I realised that I must. The very fact that people with autism have autism means that they find it so difficult to speak up for themselves. They need people to stand up as advocates and speak out on their behalf. I believe strongly in the work that Act Now is doing, campaigning against the current round of cuts. From personal experience, I've found that any kind of help is difficult to obtain, and if any further cuts are made, it will be practically impossible. My son Zach is now 10.5 years old, and he was diagnosed with autism at the age of 7, leaving a few years off in them. He didn't walk until he was 2, and didn't speak until he was about 4. He's been excluded from school numerous times. He has numerous bouts of challenging behaviour, and to most people this just means that he's violent and aggressive to others. But he doesn't mean to be unkind and nasty. But because of his disabilities he gets frustrated and he finds that lashing out is the only way he can show people how he feels. He has to have someone there to translate the world for him and to translate his feelings back to the world. I've been a single parent since Zach was 4, as the relationship between his father and I was unable to survive Zach's volatile and impulsive behaviour. Since then I've lived on income support, carers allowance and child benefit. We also get disability living allowance to help with Zach's additional needs. I can't go to work because Zach doesn't sleep very well, and he could be dangerous to himself and to others if he's left alone unsupervised. If I go to work, I'll just get so tired that I wouldn't be able to maintain the routine my son needs to enable him to live a fairly contented life, and I certainly wouldn't be able to manage my employer's requirements. If his routines get disrupted, his behaviour and his sleep patterns worsen, and it has a detrimental effect on my mental health. And as my mental health worsens, so does his behaviour, and the vicious cycle continues just on and on. Despite this, over his lifetime, I've had less than 10 appointments with the Children's Mental Health Service, only 4 or 5 at the child psychologist, 1 visit from a social worker, 3 or 4 visits from a social care assistant, and 5 or 6 visits from Dr. Bernardo's. I've had no access to any respite care at all. The only time that I don't have to care for Zach is when he's at school. I'm not asking for a lot, just a couple of hours off a month, or a night without disturbed sleep, even once or twice a year. Sometimes I'm black and blue when he's been going mad, and I just need some time out. But I know that I won't get this because there are people in far worse and far more need than me, and even they're having their services reduced. We've got to stick together. We've got to make sure that the autistic people get the services they need. So help us now and campaign together for Act Now.